Hi, we are live, I believe. Hi. How are you? Yes. Okay, good. Good to see you or not to see you. Type here something for me so I can see who's here. Yeah, so hi everybody. It has been a long time. Long time no see, yeah? The last time we spoke was in oh my god, my phone is doing something weird. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. I will. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Yeah. So what's up? Yeah. Not a lot of people here right now, but let's not worry. You will follow up. I know you always will. So okay. I think I will quickly talk about my polar trip that I have been home from for 3 weeks now. That sounds totally insane because in my mind I am still there. Uh, it was something really special, and I have been trying to think that what was the special thing about there, and I guess like every hard thing is more important or more special to you than the things you get with more ease. And so was with the polar trip for sure, because getting there was quite a challenge. And then being there, it wasn't so hard, but still the environment was hard and a lot of new things to learn. And it was just very like inspiring place to be. It left quite a mark on me, especially it remembered me how much I love being outdoors in wintertime. I haven't done that a lot in Estonia, although I did this winter to practice for the polar trip. Uh, but yeah, hi, hello from sunny Scotland. Actually, it's sunny in Estonia as well. I am thinking that the sun will peek out from my rooftop window every moment now and blast my face with sun, but let's deal with that when it happens. So yeah, sunny. Hi, Christian as well, and hi, Escapist Estonia. By the way, congratulations on your soon to come baby. It was so nice to hear that is happening to you. So congratulations. But we will talk about the support group soon. But yeah, the polar trip, what was I talking about? So yeah, it was really special. And yes, I remember it reminded me of the really nice things being outdoors in summertime. No, in winter time. I loved it. I loved it. And I really have to print out one of the photos that the official photographer, to say it like that, photographer, yeah, like the official media team took of me while outside on one evening next to the fireplace. I believe I posted that on a social media as well. And the look in my eyes, like I every time I look at the picture, it reminds me of all the joy and the excitement and also the calmness that I had when I was outdoors there. So I really have to print it out, not because I'm really narcissistic, but because the look in my eyes really reminds me of to go outdoors and to really go there, especially when the weather isn't so good. Uh, because yeah, hard things make you remember them more. And yeah, you can ask me questions about the polar trip. I believe like I have spoken about it quite a lot now, and I sort of don't know anymore what is interesting and what is not. So go ahead and ask me if you have any special questions. I have done two presentations of my polo trip. One was in my local community, and I spoke 2.5 hours there. And fortunately, nobody left during that time, so I hope it was all interesting. And the other time, I spoke in Tartu, and I live streamed that as well, but it's in Estonian. So if you don't speak Estonian, you don't kind of understand what I spoke there. And it had a lot of views on Facebook. I didn't realize so many people were interested in. I streamed it basically for a few friends that told me that they cannot join the presentation itself. So yeah, I have spoken quite a lot already, and that messes up my mind, like what to say and what to not. Oh yes, so the gear that we got to keep. I am editing right now the video of the day when we got the gear, and I did a rough cut yesterday evening, and it was so funny to look back at the material where we got the gear and tried it on, and then like all of the excitement that we got from getting it, it was truly like, it was as awesome as you can imagine getting like a bag full of quality winter gear. So yeah, it was really funny to see how excited we were, and at the same time, at the same evening, we really got like kind of worried or stressed that there were so much new things, so many like new items and new layers that I have never worn. It made us worry that are we going to use them the right way, and maybe we are misusing something, and maybe we don't realize the potential of some items. So usually when you get a new item, you like learn it from one end to another, you know completely all about it. You look reviews about it online, or just test it out, specifically this item, but we had like the whole bag full of things, and it was really overwhelming. So yeah, but we got to keep it, which is nice. And now I have a lot of quality winter gear that really inspires me to go outdoors in wintertime more, because as I said, I really enjoyed it. So yeah, okay, hello from North Carolina. Hello to North Carolina as well. Fano, Fanofuna? Fanofuna. Did we have to cook? We had to warm up and boil water, and we ate dry food, basically. The dry food packets, where we added hot water and waited for like 5 to 10 minutes, and then we ate it. And then we had like a lot of those snacks that we could eat at like brain freeze, that we could eat all like at the same moment. We didn't have to cook them, like muesli bars or some chocolate. And then we had also some kind of like hot beverages, coffee or hot cocoa, or like sports drinks or something like that. So we didn't cook. But fun fact, one guy from Indonesia came with his own food because he knew that he doesn't like the dry food. And yes, he really did bring bags of rice with him, and also some home dried meat. And he really cooked himself some dinners in the evenings, which is really impressive. Because we didn't have a lot of time to do like special things or to relax in the evenings. We just like, it was all filled with camp chores, and when the camp chores were done, we wanted to go to sleep. But he made himself some proper rice and meat, some kind of meals. So yeah, he cooked, but only for himself. We didn't taste it. But I think some like his tent mate joined him and got some rice. I have to say I would have enjoyed some fresh food, but we were out there only for 4 days, so it wasn't so bad. So yeah, more about the polar trip. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Well, I'm editing the videos right now. I uploaded the first one on Monday, and of course, I overestimated how fast I can edit the second one. That I hoped maybe I can upload today, but no, I can't. Maybe tomorrow. Definitely before the week ends. I want to upload it, and this one will be about the training, the class training that we had before, and then also in the snow. The first night we were outdoors, and then the next videos will be one video per one day, which the editing will go then much faster, because then we were out there, and uh, I don't have so much material from that period, but I did film all of the important parts. So basically, all I have to do is gather up all the material I have and put it together. Right now, I have so much material that I have to like select what I keep and what I will toss out, and do the storyline make sense. So yeah, that's why it takes some time, and I hope like after this one that I will finish this week, the next ones will go quicker. I really want to do 2 videos per week to get the material out. I Because the New Zealand material is waiting. Um, uh, did I see the polar lights? So it was a really interesting story with the northern lights. We saw them. They were, let's say it like that, they were outside on our first night. It was a really cold night, -20, -15 degrees Celsius. And it was our coldest night, and it was the first night we had like I had maybe slept 4 hours before that, and then the day we had spent outdoors practicing our tent setuping skills, and doing all of these new things outdoors in the snow. It was really tiresome day, and eventually when I got to the tent, I crawled into my sleeping bag. Can you imagine how cold I was, like getting out from my clothes and into the sleeping bag in -15 degrees? It was freezing. So I was already in my sleeping bag, and then somebody told outside, oh, the Northern Lights is outside. So I was like, I have never seen like proper Northern Lights. I was in my sleeping bag and thought like, oh, hell, I need to see them because I haven't seen them. So I got out from the sleeping bag, ran outside, tossed a jacket over me that wasn't warm enough. So I stood outside for like 2 seconds, looked up, and saw some like green hue. It wasn't like these really sharp northern lights, but more of this like green hue. I looked out and said, okay, that's nice, but I'm going in. I crawled into the sleeping bag, and a little bit time passed, and then I heard the shouts going off outside, like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Wow, wow, wow. And yes, people were outside and like marveling at the northern lights. And then I was in my sleeping bag, and I knew how cold it was outside, and I thought, I don't want to go outside. It's too cold, and I want to sleep, and I will see the northern lights maybe another night. Of course, we didn't have any northern lights in the other nights. This was the only one. I did poke out my head from the tent door just to look up for a really short period of time, and I was like, okay, nice, and I crawled back to the sleeping bag. But in the morning, when I saw the photos that the guys took on that night, they were something like that I made a watercolor from at home. I hope it will focus on me. Oh, that's the sun. So yeah, it was really these like nice tents lit up inside with our headlamps, the orange tents, and the auroras were really like sharp edged and really beautiful. And I little bit was disappointed in myself that I didn't go outside, but at the same time, I was really happy that I got to sleep. I got my sleep time in. That was really important for me. And now I am thinking that it is an extra reason to go back there someday, because I definitely want to go back there. So yeah, that's the story with the auroras. But another question about the GoPro. So that's another story. I lost my GoPro on the sled one time, and I wonder if you can see it. No. Okay, this way you can see a little bit. You see there is a streak going across the GoPro. Really bad quality, but oh, okay, that's better. You see the streak going over here? So that's the streak that came when a sled drove over my GoPro because I had dropped it, or it had fell off my pocket while we were driving the sleds, and I didn't realize the GoPro dropped until many kilometers later, when I wanted to film something and I couldn't find my GoPro. So I realized that it had dropped into the snow somewhere, and I was really praying for everything and everybody that please give me back my GoPro. Please let the next team that was driving behind us find the GoPro, because it was quite a steady lake trail, and the snow was deep, but it wasn't really soft, so it was this harder snow. And I really hope that this black thing will be noticed on the ground. And yes, fortunately, yes, the next team found it with the mark here. So it's a nice battle scar. Yes, like a battle scar. And when there was a 2-hour period when I thought that I had lost my GoPro forever, and I had all of my material on there. I had quite a big SD card in there, and 2 days worth of material was on there. And when I thought that my 2 days worth of stuff is lost forever, I cannot make videos or anything, I was quite bummed. So yeah, I was really happy when I got it back. And at the same night when I got it back, I lost my phone. And yeah, I lost it. I didn't find it anymore. I bought a new one already. So yeah, I think that's the switch that the universe made. It gave me back my GoPro, but I lost my phone. And yeah, it's somewhere in the snow. It wasn't in the sled, in the bag, in the sleeping bag, nowhere. Probably I dropped it again somewhere in the snow. Usually I don't lose things, but this time it was the only thing that I lost. And at that point I was so happy that I got my GoPro back, that when I noticed that I don't have the phone, I was like, well, what you gonna do? I don't have anything super important in there that I cannot replace. And if that's the switch that I have to do, then let it be. And I wasn't bummed about it at all. Some of my teammates were really worried, oh, Mayu, maybe we can search it there, or you can go online and find the GPS spot where it is. Of course I did that, but I was like, I can do it whenever. And actually, if it's lost, then I'm not worried at all. I was really chill about losing my phone. But about the GoPro, looking back at the material, it's pretty good. The quality is pretty good. I still have to get used of the fish lens. It's a bit curved. At some points, it's really useful to have a lot of things in your view. At some points it gets a little bit annoying. But I can switch it off when I'm filming. So I have to, in the future, think when I want to have the fish eye lens and when I don't want to. But otherwise, I'm really impressed about the quality of audio from here. It has several microphones, and it catches quite good audio. But we had quite good weather as well. We didn't have a lot of storm and wind, so I don't know how it reacts in like these really windy conditions. But otherwise, quite happy. Of course, the battery life is pretty awful, but I had a lot of battery banks with me that I kept in my sleeping bag in nighttime, and during the daytime it was in the middle of my sleeping bag inside of the bag, and it kept the power in those power banks pretty nicely. About the dog names. You did good remembering the dog names. So I really worked hard to remember the dog names. Some dogs I was, until the very end, I was like waiting 5 seconds to remember the dog name before I called him or her. But yeah, I really wanted to remember them from the first day. So at the second day, I was pretty good, but I still mixed up 2 dogs' names because they were like weird names. So yeah, but I don't know any other dog names of my teammates or anything. Only my 6. That must have been heartbreaking losing your GoPro for a while. Yeah, I was. I tried to be positive about it, and I tried to think that I'm still there. Losing my GoPro doesn't mean that I lose all of my memories from the trip, but of course I was thinking about the videos and all of the things that I wanted to do with the material. And now looking back at the material, it is so precious. Oh my God. Like photos are one thing, but listening to yourself speaking while in a really exciting or really like challenging environment brings back so much emotions. And it is so good to have something not from a general pot of material that the organizers filmed, like the big drone footage and like all the beauty shots, like to have this raw, like direct emotional contact through the screen. Oh, it's priceless. It's really priceless. What software do I edit videos with? I use Adobe Premiere. That's what I have been using from the very beginning. I just taught myself how to use it. Yeah, and I like it. And as I have a PC, that's basically basically the best option I have for editing. I know Mac users do use some other like programs as well. So yeah, but enough about the Polar. I think if you have any questions, then shoot them away. I'm happy to answer them. But we can come back to the topic, because now, as I wrote in the Patreon post, I have, as you can see, the sun is starting to come. Let me drink for a second. As you saw from my Patreon post. So I have this idea I have this thought that we can support each other, and mainly because I need some support regarding being outdoors during the weekdays. So I now have like an office job, a daytime job. And office jobs are sort of like really easy for your body, but at the same time really hard on your mind. Every time when I finish a workday, I'm so exhausted, like mentally and also sort of like physically exhausted, that I cannot get myself outdoors to move. I'm not even talking about going to like a training session or running session, like just to go outside to walk or to do like a really short hike, a stroll even outdoors. It's really hard for me. And I think that I hope you can speak now if you have the same problem. And I have been reading a lot of a lot of about like building habits, and I have actually started to build like started to train myself into some new habits that I really want to do. For example, reading and doing yoga in the mornings. And I don't read at the mornings, I read whenever. Doing yoga and meditation. So I have these things pretty nicely like in set. I have finished the like habit period and getting myself into habit of like doing 20 minutes of yoga every morning, and then following it up with like 10-minute meditation. And how I did it was with really, I gave myself the rule that I have to do it every day. But I gave myself the rule that I really have to only like do 5 minutes of yoga or 5 minutes of meditation. These really short goals, or really like attainable goals, because the idea was to do it every day and to make it really easy for me to do it every day. And they say, like people investigating or like learning about habits, they say that you have to be consistent with some kinds of things for a month, and then they will become your habit, and then you will like do it sort of automatically, you know. Your brain doesn't use up your like decision making power to do these things, and that's why it is like more easier. Right now, every time when I come back from the office, I'm like, I'm so tired. I don't want to do anything. I just want to sit in my couch and watch videos or read an interesting book. That's also quite good, but still my body and my mind needs the time to be outdoors. So speaking really long right now. So the idea that I had is that I should have like, or we should have this kind of commitment or like a support group or a challenge that we have to go outdoors in any weather, in any condition, on any day for like, I don't know, 10 minutes, or like I think 5 is too little, but like 10 minutes. And if you go outdoors for 10 minutes, then you can tick it off and you are done for the day. Of course, then this leads to being more outdoors when you have more time and more will. Of course, you can do an hour long walk or 30-minute walk or whatever, but doing something like every day. But I know I need some kind of outer support with it. I have tried to do this previously as well, and I failed on the second week or so. So maybe we can have some kind of like Escapist Estonia recommended, some kind of weekly checkup. Or I don't know, I need some help with this, like the practical side of it. You can chime in to say if something like this would be interesting. Maybe to have some kind of post and saying, okay, who did their week, or a Google Drive like sheet, Excel sheet, where we can mark the days that we have been like 10 minutes outdoors or anything. So what my goal is just to be outdoors. It means maybe I will go walk with the dogs, or maybe I will do gardening, or maybe I will just walk, or maybe I want to go for a run, or like do whatever, but just to be outdoors in the fresh air and to move myself, not go sunbathing outdoors, to move. Like the goal is to move my body outdoors. So whatever it is, but we have to do it every day. And this helps to build the habit of going outdoors. Like, yeah, what do you think? I'm sort of like just searching for a support group who helps me to hold it accountable for like moving myself, or like spending time outside in the middle of the week. Weekends are a bit different because then we always like, I plan something or I go somewhere. But yeah, weekdays, after the office day, it's like such a big slope that I really need some like push to get over to. So yeah. And yes, habit building demands discipline. Um, but the thing that I really like about like building habits is you need discipline if your goals are really big. You know, when I'm really trying to read more and trying to read more books and read every day just a little bit. And I had this really awesome suggestion that if your goal is to read more, then start with 1 page a day. This is your like minimum limit, 1 page per day. And even if some days you read 10 pages and some days you read 1 page, that is still better than no pages at all. And at the same time, you get your brain into habit of reading. And then for a month, when you have succeeded in reading 1 page per day, you will amp it up for 2 pages a day. So you have to set yourself up for success, because like our brains want to have this positive reinforcement all the time. I have done many times these new habits that, oh, now I will like go to practice 1 hour per time 3 times per week, but I will not do it because first week is okay, but the second week I will skip a day, and then I will skip two because the habit is too big for like the goal is too big. You have to have a really small goal, and then you can like raise it. So yeah, about the support group, I was thinking I would be totally happy if it would live on our Patreon community. It would be like this nice special thing that we do here, but we can do it also like in a bigger way. Maybe there are other people. It doesn't demand me a lot of energy, so maybe a lot of other people would like to join as well, maybe to do some kind of like Facebook group or something. But there needs to be some kind of like checkup. Like it's really good to tick some boxes off, like yes, today I did it, yes, today I did it, and then you can see like a row of ticks for the whole week or for 2 weeks or so. I don't know how to practically do it. But don't I go out with Luna every evening? So that's the thing. I live in a countryside right now, and Luna is outdoors all the time. Like he's outside, and I don't have to go to walk with her because she has a big yard where she hangs out with our other family dog. And she just like they have quite a big, like a really big area. They go to the field back at the house to dig some mouse holes, so they have a lot of space to move around. So that's one big thing, that I don't have this outer motivation of going outdoors with going to walk with Luna that I had when I lived in Tallinn with her. So right now, like I just open the door and she runs out. And yeah, in the evening we call her back in, and when she lets herself know when she comes to back in. So yeah. So yeah, maybe a weekly Patreon post under which we can comment how did you do. Yeah, because another important thing is if you miss a day or two, it shouldn't be a big problem, you know? Like it is really easy to think that, oh, I missed today, then I can miss for the whole next week. So being able to really articulate that, yes, this week I didn't do good, but the next week I am still continuing, you know? Like it's not all or nothing. It's actually just like getting yourself into a new habit. So we can start We can start by doing the weekly Patreon posts, and whoever wants to join in can. But it's sort of like at the end of the week, it's like a community meeting, and everybody can say how they did. And during the week time, oh, my battery is running low. I thought I plugged it in, but I'm sorry. I will check it. No, I didn't plug it in. So yeah, the more specific the weekly goal is, yes, the more measurable it is. Like the goal should be really specific and really measurable. I was thinking like 15 minutes outdoors, moving outdoors, whatever moving means to you, every day. Like 15 minutes every day. And that's like the success that we aim to. But of course, it can be less. I don't think we should do more, because it has to be like, it has to give us the feeling that, oh, it's simple, I will just do it even if I'm having a really bad day, or if it's raining. It's really easy to convince yourself that I won't go outside, I don't want to go. Like everybody can manage 15 minutes of outdoor time in the rain. Yeah. But how about a monthly hiker in post, where once a month people can check in with their hike or outdoor thing that they found awesome, then progressed weekly? Do you mean like once a month, like where people will describe where they went and what they did? Like, did they do some kind of weekend hike or something, or travel? Do you mean like that? Anything outdoor. Yeah, like camping. Yeah. Camping or grilling outdoors is actually also like outdoor activity. And so you mean like a monthly thing? Okay, so a monthly would be like this overall place where people can share where they went or what they did, or and the weekly would be like more practical. Did you spend every day outdoors sometime? Or we can combine them and do a weekly checkup. And if you did something big, you can share it. And also, if you didn't do something big, you can still say that 7 days a week I went outdoors and spent 15 minutes there. But actually, I really like this like sort of weekly checkup post, where we can also like build more community, and I can get to know you more. Because right now I'm like talking, and I would really love to get something back from you, like some like get to know you a little bit more. So yeah. But what do you think, should it be, should this sort of like challenge or weekly checking up, weekly checkup, weekly check of ourselves should be on the Patreon page, or should it be on my Facebook page, or we can create a totally new Facebook group, because the page is a weird thing. Like page has like the only me as an administrator. Group can be more freely, but I don't want to get it really big, because then it loses its like personal touch. What do you think? So yes, I really think that I need something weekly for support and discipline, definitely. And then I should write it down. What am I waiting for? And then I really like the idea also to share with each other like some other outdoor things that we do, because like if others do it, then and you read it and you live and you cheer them up, it really motivates yourself to do those things as well. So that's a nice thing. I'm just writing it down. Um, okay, that's a good question. What can you do on Patreon? So I know that everybody can post on the community tab and post pictures. But if I post a post, can you reply to it with a picture? I guess you can't, and that's kind of a problem, right? If you go to my Patreon page and try to reply with a photo, you can't. You can just write a comment. Yeah. Yes, I think photos is an necessary thing. Yeah, and also on the community tab, if you write a post to the community tab, you can attach photos, but we cannot comment with photos there. Okay, so that's bad. But yeah, you can't. I was just checking. I can't either, like reply with a photo or something. But we can create like a Facebook page just for us. I sort like we have a lot of people on the Patreon page. I don't think we have to have masses, and it's sort of like our special thing. But at the same time, there isn't any need for me to keep this motivation to ourselves. If other people want to participate in it too, like this does not need any like paywall. Like people don't have to become my Patreon members just to join the support group. What do you think? Would like sort of Facebook group where we can accept whoever is interested in? We could make this support group with weekly and monthly posts, like check up. That's my thought right now. Yeah, Patreon isn't the best thing because we cannot share photos here. That's a good point. I'm just checking. Yeah, we cannot. The one who makes the original post only can post photos. And I'm even thinking maybe we should make it like sort of to I'm really thinking what inspires and motivates me. You know, when you're first building a habit, whatever it is, it's hard, and with some kind of external motivation, it's better, and it's even more better with some kind of like physical motivation. So I'm thinking, I could even make like a prize for everybody who like goes outdoor, does this outdoor challenge for a month, for like 30 days in a row, without any without any missing days. Then I can, I don't know, if it doesn't go too big, I can post something to them. But I think like more cheaper for me would be like I draw something and make a digital art out of it. Or yeah, that's basically all I can do. I can like draw a monthly some kind of postcard, or a monthly, I don't know, poster, or a phone background picture or something like that. Oh, that would be actually a really interesting challenge, as like a creative challenge for me as well. And everybody who completes the 30-day challenge can download the smartphone background from me. Because I think that's all I can basically offer. I don't have any other like super skills that I can, but this also would be easy to do as well, not to put myself in a lot of extra work. You think the background idea is good? Or at least it's something, like some kind of prize to work towards. Maybe I will come up with something else as well. But yeah, that's interesting. I would like to do it. I would be really happy to do something like that. I'm writing it down already. Yeah, there's no anything like, yes, I understand there's no need for anything time consuming, and most of the time like the simple things can be like more awesome. But yeah, also that's another habit that I want to form, or I want to like do more of, is to do more art. I really enjoy it, and having these external forces forcing me to do things, creative things, paintings or whatever. I really like it. It forces me to do things and to try and to test, and like painting is never like a bad thing to do. And yeah, I like this idea. I think we can do it. Yeah. Okay, that's monthly goals, like climb a peak somewhere and do a 15-second dance, or draw something outside and post it, or like a goal to every month, like a challenge, sort of like a challenge, like in the month of April we are going to, I don't know, hug a tree. And then we have to post a photo of it. Oh yeah, or we have to draw or scribble something and post a picture of it. Like you can scribble anything on a piece of paper, and you don't need like watercolors. You can scribble it. That's actually also a nice like creative challenge, to create these monthly things to do. Yeah, no worried, Bowling01. We are starting to wrap up our stream, but you can rewatch it. We got some nice brainstorming going on about the hiking support group. I'm writing down the monthly challenge idea. And like completing those monthly goals can be really creative as well, because we don't have any peaks in Estonia, but I can find like a higher spot around my area and climb that peak. And it doesn't really, matter if you climb a peak, because the thing that matters is getting outdoors and spending time in the nature. So that's the monthly challenge that I'm into. I'm really into. Yeah. And what do you think if we could make those monthly things a bit more like challenging? Maybe spend one night outdoors under a tarp. Mm? I know many people are scared of sleeping under a tarp because tents are really comfortable and like secure feeling. But actually, sleeping under a tarp is a really awesome thing. Like, yeah, it's a totally different nature experience. Take a hammock out and take a nap somewhere on the trail, like whatever. Yeah, some really good ideas coming right now. Um, do I have any hiking plans for the summer? I sort of do. So with this polar Fjällräven polar trip, everybody who participated there got a ticket to the Fjällräven Classic hike that will be going on in August in Sweden on the Kungsleden Trail. And as the Kungsleden Trail has been in my mind for a really long time now, I think I want to participate there. I especially don't like the crowds that will be there, but as it's an opportunity for me to meet the other participants from the polar trip again, because many of them are going, and we have to cover only the transportation and we don't have to cover the tickets itself. That's something I want to do, and that's sort of like a 5-day hike or so. And yeah, that's that's my vision board, by the way, and that's a picture of the Kungsleden Trail here. I really want to visit it, so I will go to the, like, if I can, I will go to the Fjällräven Classic. If I cannot, then I will possibly go there another time, just to do some sort of hike there myself. But yeah, I have another bigger plan for the autumn in my mind. So I really cannot make any plans. I don't want to make any plans for the summer before I know what I will be doing in the autumn. I cannot share it right now. If it's certain, then I will share it. I will, because it's not certain at all right now. So it basically, a lot of the things will depend on the autumn as well. If my plans fall through, if I can do them, then I will be hiking more in the summer. But if I can go where I want to go in the autumn, then I will be working in the summer to make money for the autumn. Yeah. Bake something on the trail. That's a really good challenge. It was really nice to do something on the camp. And my thought just flew away. Sorry if I ended my sentence in the middle of the thought. But how about spending a night outdoors with someone who has never slept outside before? Yeah, that's a really nice thing, like to spread the outdoor love to other people as well. And you can be like the guiding person for that person. And yeah, that's really lovely. That's nice. So we do have like a lot of monthly challenges, and I guess this would be a really fun thing to spice up your outdoor activities as well. Yeah, I think I will do it. I will try to put the thoughts that we talked about right now and the notes that I took in a more condensed place. And I think we can do it with a Facebook group, because I think there isn't another way for to do it. It's like I'm like Facebook is something that most of the people use, or like there are other options like Discord or Reddit or something like that, but I feel these are not so popular that Facebook is more popular and more used. Although Reddit seems like to do some kind of subreddit, but no, it's like voting and stuff, and we don't need voting. I don't know a lot about Reddit. I just know people have their own subreddits. So yeah, I will like write my ideas down to like form them in a beautiful way. Then possibly I will do the Facebook group, and of course I will post it here on the Patreon first, so you can join me there. Yeah, my mind just went really into the area of how to do it. I'm really excited to have some extra motivation going outdoors and spending more time there. Yeah, that's nice. um so yeah, thank you guys for joining me. It was a I can't believe it, like 56 minutes already we have been here. These streams go so fast all the time. um So yeah, do you have anything you want to ask from me, or you want to write here before we end this stream and mark it complete? Thanks for the live stream. Thank you for joining me here. It's also every time it's fun to speak to you, because as I said in the early on as well, I really want to like get to know people more, not only like me spitting things up and posting a lot of things. I really want to get something back as well, like to have this thing, not only this thing. So yeah, Facebook group sounds good for me right now. Okay, thank you for joining, everybody, and have a beautiful evening or day or morning, because I think the United States is having a morning right now. Yeah, anyway, thanks for tuning in, and bye.